New options for the New York Knicks backup center position has been revealed by Fred Katz, and we have to break it down. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do, because recent reports by Fred Katz have indicated some guys who the New York Knicks will look at to replace Isaiah Hartenstein on the bench, as Hartenstein, as we all know, signed with the Oklahoma City Thunder early on July 1st. And now, let's jump right into it, guys, and talk about it, because Fred Katz made an article right after just breaking some of it down. Katz mentioned that there was no free agent that approached Hartenstein's ability, but there was a list of other free agents such as Goga Bitadze, Mo Vagner, Daniel Tice, Thomas Bryant, and Mo Bamba, while other free agents such as Nick Claxton, who went back to the Nets on a massive deal, Jonas Valanciunas, who went to the Wizards on a 3-year, $30 million deal, Andre Drummond, who went to Philadelphia, Drew Eubanks, who went to the Jazz, Kevin Love, who re-signed in Miami, Mason Plumlee, who went to the Suns, and Luke Cornett, who re-signed in Boston, are now all off the market. However, I made this video. I was about to post it. It was mainly about how I wanted them to go after Goga Bitadze, but Goga Bitadze just re-signed with the Orlando Magic, meaning I have to remake this entire video, which I don't really mind doing, except for the fact that I'm losing my voice, so I'm not going to be able to talk for a little bit after this, but that's okay. We're going to power through. Let's break down some other options. Fred Katz mentioned someone, a name you did not see on that list, who is an unrestricted free agent, but we all know him very well, and let's just take a look right now. None other than who Fred Katz mentioned. Precious Atou is a name to watch. He's an unrestricted free agent. The Knicks did not pick up his qualifying offer at $6.5 million, $6.3 million. And he filled in admirably as a backup center and as a starting power forward for the Knicks this past season. Now, Precious did his thing. He's a solid player. I wouldn't hate bringing Precious Atou in to be the full-time backup center. It kind of felt like there was a chance he would end up taking that replacement role if the Knicks could not bring back Isaiah Hartenstein. And the Knicks did not bring back Isaiah Hartenstein, who's now getting paid $29 million per year. They could still bring back Precious. He is an option. Is he my first pick? No. I want you guys to take a look at my first pick and then comment along with me while we're going on this little journey of different NBA center options. Let's do it. First things first, we have my favorite option at this point, which is trading for Nick Richards. He put up 10 points per game with 8 rebounds, started 51 of the 67 games that he played last season, blocked 1 shot per game. He did run into a bit of foul trouble, but nothing too seriously. Loves to work in the pick and roll. His advanced numbers are not great. They're actually not that good at all. But he played for the Hornets, who were terrible. It's hard to have good advanced numbers like defensive box plus minus on a bad team. But he still did hit 69% of his shots. So nice, first of all. But also, that is a good sign. It's someone who I think could really explode under Tom Thibodeau and Athela Harrington's just development and watch. And I think that he is a good light version of Mitch. If the Knicks want to just say, all right, well, we have Mitch and we have Mitch Jr., that is who you go after. You go for Nick Richards, you take him, and you be happy with it because Nick Richards is a solid center. I have loved him since he came out of the NBA draft. He didn't really get playing time his first 2 years, but the last 2 seasons he's picked it up. He's gotten a lot of playing time with the Hornets. And I think him on a winning team in New York could work wonders. He's been training under Chris Brickley for years. He's familiar with the New York area. He is a guy who I would love to see the New York Knicks go after. Now, do I think they're going to? Probably. I honestly do think the Knicks are going to explore it. They acquired 5 second-round picks from the Thunder when they traded the 26th pick. If you trade 3 of those and a trade exception and you get Nick Richards, that means you traded the 26th pick for Nick Richards and 2 second-rounders. Even if you add 4, do 4 seconds for Nick Richards. You got a second-rounder and Nick Richards for the 26th overall pick. That's a massive win. You're essentially just drafting Nick Richards, 26th overall, in the NBA draft, and you're getting a center who can instantly be a backup center on a championship team who could fill in nicely for Mitchell Robinson if Mitch gets hurt, which, I mean, at some point, he's probably not going to play all 82 games. Hardly anyone does, and Mitch especially probably won't. So I think Richards is someone who could take over nicely and develop well and just continually get better and better. He's a cheap option, so the Knicks don't really have to shell out a lot of money at all. I would love this move. I think he is the guy who the Knicks should go for the most. Now also, and we're just going to talk about him for one quick second, Dwight Howard's an option. I don't want him. I doubt anyone here really wants him. mainly because he's 38 years old, so I don't know if that's the move at this point of his career. I don't know if he could play enough. I don't trust that he'll be healthy. He just had a year off. I don't really love that idea, but I know people have floated it around just a little bit, and so we're just going to move past that one. However, there's also Mo Vagner, who Fred Katz mentioned. This would not exactly be the prototypical center on a Tibbs team. Vagner put up 11 points per game with 4 rebounds. He's not a strong rebounder. He's mainly there to hit some middies. He could score down low a bit. He's a good shooter from 3, shot 33% from deep while hitting 60% of his shots. I mean, good offensive center. Not the greatest defender. His defense has gotten better. He had a positive defensive box plus minus. Has a good value over replacement player. He's shown that he can be a legit NBA player. And I wouldn't hate this move because it gives you a much different option than Mitchell Robinson, which I think could be good. And I look ridiculous right now with the way the sun is going through my window right now. The sun's not mine, it's all of ours. But really, with Mo Vagner, I don't see the Knicks going for a guy who is just so offensively based at the center position. Tibbs builds his defenses around rim protection. So I don't really know how likely it is that the Knicks are going to target Mo Vagner. Now, I'd like them to because I actually met Mo Vagner when I was a bartender back in the day, and he seemed kind of chill. He ordered a water, so that kind of bummed me out. I was hoping he'd get drunk. But, what are you going to do? He's an NBA player. He seemed pretty cool. But that's just a little tidbit of my life. But look, here's the deal. Mo Vagner, solid player. I don't hate the idea. I just don't see it being a real thing the Knicks would do. It seems very anti-Tom Thibodeau. So we will move on to our guy, Precious Atou. New York's own in 2 ways on the Knicks, was on the Knicks before he hit free agency. Was in and out of the Knicks rotation, but put up 7.5 points and 6.5 rebounds. When he started, he put up 10 points and 11 rebounds as the Knicks starting power forward once Julius went down. Shot over 50% from the field. Can hit a spot up 3 if he needs to. Good blocks per game. Gets around 1. If he gets consistent minutes, he will get over a block per game. He steals the ball well. He's got a ton of potential as a center. The man still has a lot of room to grow. We could see him break out. It's a risk because he's a shorter guy, but it could work out positively for the Knicks. It's definitely an option. I think the Knicks will be very open to bringing Precious back, probably more so than going for Mo Vagner, and arguably more so than going for Nick Richards. If the Knicks really wanted Richards also, you could do a sign and trade with Precious and just do like Precious in a second and boom, you get Richards. So that's also another way to get the guy, to get Nick. But definitely Precious is someone to keep in mind because the Knicks do like their guys who know the home cooking, who understand what's going on, what the team's vibe is, what the energy is. And Precious brought the energy, was phenomenal against Joel Embiid, had the most blocked jump shots in the NBA last year. I would be fine with this move. Is it the best move the Knicks can make? No, but it's also not a bad one at all. And then there also is one final move that the team could make if they felt like it. And that is Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba puts up 4.5 points, 4 rebounds, 0 assists, hits 39% of his threes, doesn't shoot him that often. There's no reason to why Mo Bamba is not better than he is. He blocks a shot per game. He has no excuse to not be better. He's from New York. He'd be under Thibodeau. There's a world where it works out. There's also a world where things go horribly. You can't play him, and then Jericho Sims becomes our backup, and he's also the final option. The New York Knicks could go for Jericho Sims and just decide, hey, let's save some money, have Jericho be the backup, and then maybe run with Ariel Hukporti as your third man, as your third center. I just can't imagine the Knicks are not going to bring in another big, though, and I don't know how likely it is that Jericho is going to win that battle for the backup center role. I don't think he would beat Precious. Tibbs clearly likes Precious better, so I think it'd be tough because at the end of the day, I feel like if nothing else, the Knicks will just bring Atou back at this point as long as he doesn't get a deal that just pays way more. So we're going to have to see. I think the Knicks are going to be careful. Obviously, Leon Rose has been prepared for Isaiah Hartenstein to leave, so he's definitely got a trick or two up his sleeve ready to go. I'm excited to see what it is, and we will report on it instantly. So, guys, make sure you're subscribed to Knicks Digest. Like this video, leave a comment down below. Usually there's not random flashes of light all over me, but I forgot to shut my blinds before I did this video, if I'm being completely honest. So guys, make sure you're subscribed, like this video, have a great day, and go Knicks, guys.